Going over to the political part podcast, you have Canada to imprison. I'm sorry, Canada to imprison you if you don't delete "quote unquote" hate speech. This is from one of the most dictatorial places on the planet. You have that cliche Mr. Castro, or alleged Castro. His mom was a whore. I mean, promiscuous woman who visited Cuba when Fidel was still in charge multiple times. This is Trudeau's mother, and it says this little card says Canada to imprison anyone who has ever posted hate speech online. And this is actually retweeted by Elon. He's saying this sounds insane if accurate. And it says Trudeau has introduced an Orwellian law called the Online Harm Bill CE63, which gives police the power to retroactively search the internet for hate speech violations and arrest offenders, even if the offense occurred before the law existed. It goes on to say this new bill is aimed at safeguarding masses from so-called quote-unquote hate speech. The real shocker is that the bill is at the alarming retrospective aspect. Essentially, whatever you said in the past can now be weaponized against you by today's draconian standards. Historian Dr. Merle Belovs has weighed in on the draconian law, labeling it outright mad. She points out how it literally spits in the face of all Western legal traditions, especially the one of only being punished if you infringe on the law was valid at the time of committing the crime. And that got, again, 59.7 million views and 167,000 likes. Yeah, this is a guy. Justin Trudeau is the morally mentally vacuous individual where they asked him what country he admires the most. He said China, because of how quickly they can affect change because they're dictators. That's who he said. What do you admire from people? They asked him, who do you admire on a leadership in a country level? He said China, or Trump would probably say it. China. Again, probably the worst Trump impression you'll hear all year, but hopefully made you at least smile a little bit. And someone did respond. You got a couple here. The Salty Goat says, does this count? Is Justin Trudeau in blackface, getting 8,000 likes, which, yeah, Justin Trudeau did that multiple times. But again, if you're of a certain political affiliation, you never are held to any semblance of accountability. The rabbit hole says the C in Canada stands for censorship. And it's Lisa from The Simpsons. It says, if you support censoring bad speech, then you just support free speech. Getting 3.8 thousand likes, and 110% is true. There's actually someone who clarifies that. We'll read that in New York Minute here. Planet a Meme says Canada is turning into a police state nightmare straight out of 1984, getting 1.4 thousand likes. I thought it might be the one more to get 1.5. Justin Trudeau's ego says, quote, is true. I hate Canadians, getting 3.1 thousand likes. Now, VV Free says, quote, it's pretty close to being accurate, Elon. If someone has the ability to delete a hate speech tweet and does not, and someone else retweets and tweets, it would qualify as publication under the law and be sanctionable. They say continuous communication for the purposes, and this is from the law, it says for the purposes of subsection 1, a person communicates or causes to be communicated hate speech so long as hate speech remains public and the person can remove or block access to it. And they got 2.7 thousand likes. Let's see. Imas Mahmoud says, quote, they can't live with Hindus without terrorizing them. They can't live with Jews without terrorizing them. They can't live without Christians without terrorizing them. They can't live with atheists without terrorizing them. They can't live without LGBTQ without terrorizing them. They don't like free speech. They don't like religious freedom. They don't like free women. And it's a wolf looking at a sheep, and the wolf says, why are you wolf-phobic? They got 1.2 thousand likes. John's Memes says, quote, I retract my previous statement on Justin Trudeau. All hail Justin. And it's Justin Trudeau photoshopped. Instead of the Hitler, they used to have the little logo where there's a little, like, almost like a sheath they put around your wrist, or rather your arm. And the armband has been replaced with, instead of the Nazi swastika, it's the maple leaf from Canada. And it's Justin Trudeau with a Hitler haircut and mustache. I got 591 likes. See here. Sherry says, Elon, please come out and publicly endorse Trump. Gotta save America. All hands on deck. Getting 669 likes. See here. I'll be back says, Trudeau wears blackface but calls you racist. Trudeau sexually assaulted Rose Knight but he calls you a misogynist. Trudeau demonizes unvaccinated people but calls you hateful. Trudeau suspends civil liberties but calls you Nazi. He's a sociopath. He's a manipulator. Getting 250 likes. Which, yeah, they've disarmed Canadians. They've given away pretty much all semblance of rights that they have. Let's see. Here we go. I'm Justin Trudeau, the illegitimate bastard son of Fidel Castro. getting 122 likes. I mean, they have very similar political policies, and they look about the same, though Fidel has a really crappy beard. I know I don't have much ground to stand on, but yeah, his is really frizzy. And he's also evil as all hell, morally vacuous, which is why my family got the hell out of Cuba when he took over. He got 122 likes. Oh yeah, here's Fidel Castro, Fidel as well as Justin Trudeau's mom. It says, "Get yourself someone who holds on to you like Justin Trudeau's mom holds on to Fidel Castro." They got 215 likes. Let's see. Yeah, one or two more memes. I'll be back says 1,000. As thousands of Canadians lose their jobs, Trudeau pledges over $4 billion to assist foreign countries to fight climate change, among other things. Got 107 likes. Let's see. Yeah, pretty much a lot more and more memes. It'll be interesting to see Canada's fascist state stands in my mind. That's a good one. It'll be interesting to see, do Canadians finally wake up to tyranny and again vote differently? You know, have someone primary him, vote him out of office, go to Hobby Lobby, get a couple. I don't know if they have Hobby Lobby in Canada actually, but nevertheless, go to your local craft store and get some nice cardstock and peacefully protest. I mean, it's astonishing. They are still voting for him in spite of all this trampling on human rights. They're still voting for him. I don't know how mentally vacuous they are to vote for tyranny. And yet, perhaps they just always hide because the cliche people think Canadians are nice. I've said for years, that's just a disguise. That's just a facade. They're really evil and conspiratory, specifically, again, the Canadians, rather. And they're starting to show their true colors. Their true syrup is bleeding from them. Or maple leaf is revealing itself. Some funny cliche Canadian metaphor. Let me know in the comments. If you live in Canada, especially, it'd be fascinating to hear what you have to say. Do you know anyone who's still voting for this guy? Is anyone going to try to primary him and vote him out? As always, I'd be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in. Again, I'm trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button, I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment is a great way to help me out, giving me additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.